Welcome back to Built Fixed. I had somebody ask, would I please show my Hammer A3 and measure off the dimensions? So I decided maybe a video was the best way to show the dimensions of the machine and also show how close can you be to the wall. If you read the manual, and if my memory serves me correct, I believe Hammer wants you to be 500 millimeters off the wall, about 22 inches, enough space so that a person can get back there and have access to the mechanical side. There's a cover on the back side of the machine with a belt and the motor. And if you're too close to the wall, you can't get back there. For myself, I have a mobile base, so I've put my machine very close to the wall and left just enough clearance so that I can flip the machine up and switch between jointing and planing mode. So let's just dive into it here, and I will change my camera angle so you can see where I'm measuring, and I hope this helps you. Alright, I'll start here first, and I'm going to switch the machine from jointing to planing. Alright, so my distance off the wall is about 138 millimeters, or about 5.5 or 5 3/8 inches off the wall. And when you're that close to the wall, that means the overall footprint of the machine comes out to be, if you include this other end here, you're about 26 inches off the wall, or in other words 65 centimeters off the wall. And these are just some rough numbers. There is a little bit of extra space, a tiny bit. You can move it in more, but not much. The overall height of the machine, maybe I should change that camera again here. The overall height of the machine when in planing mode is about, I don't know, maybe it's about 142 centimeters or 56 inches in height. But again, my machine's on a mobile base, so I have a bit more height than you would have if your machine sat down on the floor. That also leads to another good point. If you choose to have your machine this close to the wall, you really ought to have some way to pull it away from the wall, and you should probably have then a mobile base. So if you have to gain access to your belt or your motor, you have that chance to do so. Alright, this is the best I can do to show my machine. I'm running out of width in my room. This is actually a hallway down here in the cellar, so it's very narrow. I need a wide angle lens, but I don't have one. So bear with me here. I hope you can see what I'm measuring, but I will also walk you through it too. The length of the machine from end to end on the top measures about 130 centimeters, which is about 51.25 inches. And of course, you can add extra attachments on the machine. I have a table extension here, which comes in quite handy if I have a longer piece and I need to have it supported. My table extension, I believe it's a short one here, adds about 34 centimeters more to the overall length of the machine, which is about 13.5 inches. Now, one other thing you should think about is the guard here. I'm not really a fan of this guard, and I don't use it as often as I probably should, but it slips into here like so and covers up the knives. If you're using it for a very narrow piece, it's not so bad. You joint long and skip over and go, but when you have a larger piece, now suddenly this cover here is really in the way when you want it to joint, so I should confess I don't use it like I should because I think its functionality is poor. If you look at the Felder line, theirs are done differently. They actually have a hinge here, and as it comes out it can hang down flush with the machine, which makes a lot of sense. Alright, while I'm down here filming, let's go over how I move my machine around. I've made my own mobile base, so I found these hard rubber wheels that are rated to 160 kilograms per wheel, and then took some 20mm steel rod and made a really cheap axle from that. Then I went online and found these levelers for cabinetry or workshop benches, and they're rated to 1,000 pounds apiece. In the front I have some angle iron, and it has, I'm doing the best I can to film here holding the camera with one hand. So in the front there's a piece of angle iron bolted to my wooden frame here, and you can see on this T-bar here that you're able to put this bolt up in the hole and then lift up the whole machine pretty easily and move it around. I won't move it now because my machine has been leveled and I don't want to have to re-level the machine right now. But this is just basically, this, again, that 20mm rod. I've drilled and tapped it in the center, put a bolt in the center with a washer to keep the wheels on, and it works pretty well. Alright, while I'm still filming, I'd like to show one more add-on that I have on the machine, and that's this hand wheel here they call a digital readout. And it's not really digital, but it does display the number and does so with a good degree of accuracy. Each graduation here is 0.1 of a millimeter, and a full revolution is 2 millimeters. And I can't really see using this machine without this add-on, as you have to lower your planer bed every time you switch modes between jointing and planing. And without this sort of degree of accuracy, it would be very difficult to use the sticker on here to come back to your previous setting. So just as a heads up, if you're buying this machine, spend the extra money and get this digital readout. It'll make woodworking that much more enjoyable. Well, I really hope this short and very basic video with some measurements here will help somebody who is considering the A3-26. And if you have space limitations like I do, then I think this is about as tight as it can be and still, function as intended. If I've forgotten some measurements that you wish to see, just leave a comment down below and I'll do my best to get back to you with an answer. Well, with that, stay safe, have fun on your own woodworking project, and I'll see you soon. Bye now.